My name is Al-Fuquan Green, and the purpose of my speech is to present my opinion on the news topic at hand. Now, I know a lot of people know that the month of February is the month of Black History, but I wonder how many people know what the month of March stands for. Well, the month of March stands for the month of Women's Month, and that's what I decided to surround my opinion and my topic on. Now, while browsing CNN.com, I couldn't help but notice that the complete site worried and focused on women. They focus on their approach towards women, and they focus on helping women soar. And when I looked at CNN.com, I couldn't help but also notice the CNN 10. And within the CNN 10, it pretty much focused on helping women soar as well. Now, what they exactly did was choose 10 women within the world and help them prosper and get their word out there. Now, these 10 specific women were helping other women soar as well, and they were helping them also boost their self-esteem, help them find a safe haven, and also find success. Now, the women were said to represent, and I quote, the fields of technology, fashion, policy, activism, literature, and also skilled labor. Now, hearing those different array of fields, I chose to focus my speech specifically on activism and also helping women find a safe haven. Now, my 2 points for my project, or my speech I should say, would be heavy background of the article Sexism Slayer, and my opinion on that article as well. And my other point, second to be exact, would be what's being done within the female culture and the female community, and my opinion on that as well. Now, the mission at hand was to do nothing more and nothing less but empower the hurt woman. And looking at the Sexism Slayer, that article, it had a lot in reference to that. Now, focusing on the Sexism Slayer. The Sexism Slayer, reported by Emanuela Grinberg, focused solely on how everyday women try to prosper within the fact of being raped or either provoked within their everyday community. Now, what's considered to be acceptable within the world of women isn't acceptable in my eyes, and that's in my opinion. And I hope you guys are still here with me here. Now, I say that it isn't acceptable, referring to the story that was told by Laura Bates, a social injustice leader within the article The Sexism Slayer. Now, she's quoted and said, when she began to walk home from school, she immediately began to get provoked by men that characterized her as a sexy woman and focused on her backside and just completely decided to degrade her in a disrespectful manner. And she was only 16, mind you. And also, when immediately moving to Paris, she also noticed that guys within also comment on her backside as well, but in a disrespectful manner, of course. Now, this isn't acceptable in my eyes. And I say this isn't acceptable due to the fact that I believe that our everyday women should be a prized possession. Not even just a prized possession, they should be respected in a respectful manner no matter what. No matter what age they are, no matter what race they are, and no matter what gender they are as well. Why did I say gender? Whatever. And also, when moving to Paris, she noticed that guys commented on her body as well. In a very disrespectful manner, of course. Now, I believe this isn't acceptable in my eyes due to the fact that I believe our everyday women should be respected no matter what. No matter what age they are, no matter what race they are as well, or no matter what size they are as well. They should always be respected. Now, with that being said, I believe something has to be done differently while looking at this article. But that's when I immediately realized that Laura Bates, she stood up and she did something. Now, what Laura Bates did was launch the campaign Everyday Sexism. And this happened to be a social justice campaign that let women basically express themselves and express their different situations in which they have been provoked or been within a gender-based harassment type of situation. Now, this campaign specifically began during the year of 2011, and I believe it definitely was the utmost best decision that anyone has ever made, due to the fact that I believe women, especially during this exact moment, need an outlet in which they can express themselves in a private manner. A great amount of women during this generation, they need something called a safe haven. They need a safe space haven. They need somewhere where they could express themselves and also tell their stories haven. They need somewhere in which they can talk about their past experiences and not be judged and or bullied haven. And I believe everyday sexism is just that. Now, when seeing younger girls worrying about their weight and seeing everyday men want women to be completely or half nude within traditional campaigns, it showed Laura Bates that this was the exact right way to go. It was all about being aware of the difference in which ways women and men are being presented within the media. And Laura was completely on top of that. Bates also spoke about the fact that within the Everyday Sexism campaign, 50,000 stories have been expressed. And within those 50,000 stories, they have been expressed within the past 3 years. And that showed me nothing but that everyday sexism has been a complete success within the female culture. Now, after hearing this, I ultimately believe that maybe this is somewhere women should actually present themselves and present their experiences and their past stories. And I also believe that this just might be the leading voice within the global fight against being provoked and also the rape culture. Now, I say that because as of now, we only have social media. Okay, social media can be all fun and games while you're in class or while you're just bored. But when it comes to deep past experiences, social media isn't that private, in my opinion. And I say that being a user of social media. Now, with social media, you have things such as Twitter, Facebook, and or Tumblr. And with that, you can express yourself as much as you want to, but it's no longer private. I mean, you have things such as hashtags, which people can automatically click and be sent right to your Twitter account. You have ads on Twitter. You also have pictures in which you can be tagged on within Facebook and immediately linked to your profile as well. Nothing's private anymore. And that's completely shown within social media sites. And I believe that's why everyday sexism is a definite outlet that women should use, especially during this generation, the technology generation. Now, within everyday sexism, it gives women the immediate pleasure of expressing themselves and telling their story without being judged by the public and by the society. Now, seeing that everyday sexism has helped produce a successful campaign that later led, now listen to this, that later led to Facebook, yes, Facebook, taking down an ad from their site due to the fact that it embodied too much nudity and also sexism, showed me that everyday sexism is definitely the way to go. Now, it's not every day that you have one site, or one campaign, I should say, such as everyday sexism, make a huge corporation such as Facebook take something down from their site. That's definitely power, in my opinion. And with that being said, I believe you, my viewers, should definitely take a look at everyday sexism and hear them out and listen to what they have to say. Now, reading the CNN news story, I've also learned that public and professional officials have been put within different transportation and public transportation areas. With this, provokedness and also the rape culture would then be diminished and limited within public transportation areas. And I've also learned that plastic surgery ads had been removed from Google Play and also iTunes due to the fact that they embody negativity within the female culture. Now, I believe this route can ultimately lead to a major change within the female culture and also bring upon a greater meaning to a woman's rights. I mean, prejudice and unwanted portrayal isn't right at all. And reading this, it brought a greater understanding and a greater light to my eyes. I believe it definitely should be defeated, and Laura Bates putting this path forward definitely would defeat that path and delete that phenomenon. And I believe it's definitely one of the best things yet. Thank you.